Do you think it would be crazy if the 49ers were to trade Trent Williams this offseason? It would be financially feasible after June 1st, like 3 weeks.
Oh boy. All right, hold on. I have a question.
Yeah.
Do they have someone on the roster who can protect Brock Purdy as well as Trent Williams?
Well, no one can do it as well as Trent Williams for now when he's healthy. So no. But they just signed 2 left tackles last week.
Okay, meaning it makes you wonder if he'll be on the team after June 1st. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm bringing this up. They signed 2, we were waiting for them to draft an offensive tackle. They didn't do it. And you're thinking, what does that mean? I guess they really have a lot of confidence in Trent Williams playing out the rest of his contract. Then boom, DJ Humphries, Andre Dillard, back-to-back, 2 left tackles. Humphries has started 100 games in his career, never been a backup, missed last year with a torn ACL. He's 31. And Andre Dillard he was a backup last year in Green Bay, but he was a first-round pick, and they signed him too. So it seems like they have a starter and a backup if necessary.
Okay. I want to go slow here because it's intriguing.
Yeah.
Would they play those guys at guard?
Neither one's ever played guard. So they could try, but they've been left tackles in their career.
Okay. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't lead to answers, but it leads to questions. Fair?
Yes.
Why did they why did they acquire 2 left tackles when they have the guy who's a Hall of Famer? That's the question. The answer is maybe they think Trent's going to get hurt again.
Right.
Because he gets hurt. His ankle gets hurt.
Yep.
Or maybe they actually want to get rid of him. And Iggy, would they save money by getting rid of him?
Yeah, absolutely. But they're trying to spend a little bit more responsibly. Maybe don't give the 37-year-old left tackle a lot of money to play some of the season.
Okay. I could understand why they would do it fiscally. And it's their money and it's their business. But in terms of a football decision, I don't think it would be a good idea to get rid of Trent Williams this season. I don't. Because the rest of the line, except for the right guard, is really not that strong.
Mm-hmm.
And he protects Purdy's blind side, literally has his back, literally has his back. And I think you want to have Trent Williams having your back for the games he can play. So I am not in favor of them getting rid of him, but that's not the key point. The key point is not an answer. It's the question, why did they get 2 left tackles? It intrigues me.
It intrigues me too. Like there's the question, is it possible the Niners don't want Trent anymore? And you could go down the rabbit hole of like, well, they're trying to get younger and sort of reset their culture and really instill on these young players how important it is to practice and to embrace all the little details of preparation. That's not exactly what Trent Williams does. He doesn't practice. And he shows up to meetings and stuff, but he sort of shows that there's a double standard if you're good enough. Maybe they want to get away from that. Or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe they feel like it's nice to have the best left tackle in football for as much as you can have them, whenever you can have them. It's a luxury. Possible. But there's the other way to look at it. Maybe he doesn't want to play for the Niners anymore. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's looking at them like, okay, you don't want to spend on free agents. You're going with 5 rookies on defense. I'm 37 years old. I don't have time for this.
I hear you. Iggy, I want to clarify because I have things to say about this. When you say he doesn't practice, we'll talk about a regular week during the season. Does he practice? You're not really at practice. So after the stretching, all the media has to leave. Is it possible that he practices some of the days?
As far as I know, during training camp, he won't participate. During the season, he'll practice 1 day a week. So he'll have 16, 17 practices. There will be another practice where they'll call it just a vet day, and he'll be out there watching, but he won't be participating.
And the idea is they're trying to preserve him because he's older.
Makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I have a few things to say about that. Pro and con.
Mm-hmm.
Or con and pro, actually. Is he a team captain?
Yes.
Okay. I think if you're a team captain, you should practice all the time.
Mhm.
And the reason is, especially now on a team that's getting younger, you part of it, and Bill Walsh talked about it all the time. You're creating a standard.
Mhm.
You have the highest standard in football. The Niners may not, I don't know, but they used to under Bill and George. They had the highest standard in football. And you can't have the highest standard when a captain only practices occasionally. You need someone who's showing you, I'll work harder than you. That's how much it means to me. So I think he really shouldn't be a captain because they need to rest him. No problem with that. But you need someone who is setting an example. But here's the pro. I remember when Barry Bonds was with the Giants and they used to do pregame stretching, and he didn't. He was so contradictory, and who knows? I mean, I could never understand his psychology. And the players used to gripe about it. Why do we have to stretch and Barry doesn't have to stretch? So the comparison I'm making is Barry Bonds a great player, Trent Williams a great player. So Richie Aurelia, he's from my neighborhood in Brooklyn. We used to talk all the time, and he said, Lowell, a lot of guys complain that Barry doesn't do the stretching. He says, what do I care? He's Barry Bonds. He comes out and he hits home runs. He makes us win. He makes us better. So I don't care if he does the stretching. And I think, in a way, the players and the team shouldn't care if Trent doesn't practice because he's at the Barry Bonds level almost, but they shouldn't make him a captain. Does that seem fair?
Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy to use. To make a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. You can play Prize Picks in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Best of all, Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50. Basketball season is here, and there's no better time to get in. Just use promo code Cohn, C-O-H-N, and download Prize Picks now. Yeah. It's just funny because, the Niners just drafted all these players, and you ask them why they drafted certain players, and each one, it was like, well, Michael Williams, I mean, he's just so tough. He had a high ankle sprain week 1, and he played through it. He practiced. He didn't miss a single practice. He loves football. And with Curtis Rourke, the quarterback they drafted, he tore his ACL and he played through it the whole season. He's relentless. I mean, that's what the culture they're trying to instill. Like, football is really violent, but you got to keep playing even if you're really hurt. And if there's the guy, like the one guy on the team that's like, I don't even practice when I'm healthy because I'm trying to preserve myself, seems to be like the antithesis of what they're trying to build. And, anyway, 22-year-olds always say they love football and play through it until they get paid. And then it's like, it's time for me to protect my body. It's just the natural progression.
Here's my feeling about Trent Williams. Again, remember, I've never met any of these guys. So it's just what I observe. And it could be baloney. I don't believe he loves football anymore. I believe he's good at football, which is a different thing. He's good at football. He likes the perks and he likes the money of football, and he likes the lifestyle. I don't believe he loves the game anymore, but he's so good at it, really good at it, that a team wants him.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am still intrigued about them signing 2 left tackles in a week, and I wonder if he's going to be on this team this year. Because it feels like, again, if they were to make a Super Bowl run this year, that would be improbable in my estimation. I think he must be, I don't know what he must be looking at, but I think it'd be in his interest to leave. And I think it'd be in the Niners' interest to start over. Brock wouldn't want to hear that, though. It wouldn't be good news for Brock. It'd be bad news for Brock.
Iggy, let's make a bet.
Let's make a bet.
Okay.
$1.
I'm gonna bet that he's on the team. You're gonna bet that he's not on the team.
Not on the team.
When is the date? What's the date we're looking at? Is it day 1 of the regular season?
Yeah, we can make the bet like official day 1 of the regular season. But if he's on this team on like June 3rd, I probably lost.
So should we make it a June 3rd bet, or that way?
Yeah, let's make it a June 3rd bet so we remember. And then if he ends up getting traded before game 1, we'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
Work it out.
So what are we betting? We're not betting Costco wines.
No, this is bigger than that.
No, we're betting Kermit Lynch.
Okay.
So here's what I'm saying. A red or a white, I don't care. At least $50. Red.
Okay, sounds good.
At least $50. It could be Italian, it could be French, but at least $50. I'm saying he's on the team after June 3rd, and you're saying he's off the team after June 3rd.
Off the team. That's what I'm saying.
I love it. I love it. That made my day. I have a bet.